Hello and welcome back. In today's session, we are going to discuss about algorithms and data structures. It is one of the main topics within computer science, mainly because it helps in solving real-world problems. So that is what we are going to do today. We are going to look at a real-world problem and try to solve it and see how algorithms and data structures helps in solving the problem. So the problem that we are going to consider today is that we ran out of oranges, so we would like to buy some oranges from the nearby supermarket. Right? So that's the problem that we are going to consider today, and let's see how we will solve it. So consider this your home, and luckily right next to our home, we have a huge supermarket. And the supermarket sells different kinds of things. And if you generally notice, the items within the supermarket will be arranged in different aisles. And let's say this is the fruits aisle, and then we have veggies aisle, and then maybe dairy products, and so on. First thing that we would do is get out of the home and then enter the supermarket. And once we are in the supermarket, we would find the fruits aisle. As we are looking for oranges, we would get into the fruits aisle. And once within our fruits aisle, most likely the supermarket will have a variety of fruits arranged in sections again. And we would find the section where there is oranges stored. And we'll walk up to the oranges area and pick some oranges. And once you have made your selection, you will walk up to the cash register. And most probably, the cash register would already be crowded, like there'll be people waiting to make the payment. You would go back and wait in the queue. And once it's your turn, you would make the payment and then walk back home, right? So these are the several steps that is involved in buying oranges, so which is a very simple day-to-day task, right? So if you notice, we did 6 steps. That is, we got out of the home and entered the supermarket and found the fruits aisle and then picked some oranges and walked up to the cash register, made the payment, and finally walked back home. Right. So this simple task of buying some oranges took us 6 steps. And then imagine if you don't want to eat the oranges as such, instead you want to make some orange juice out of it, then you can consider that as a separate algorithm on its own. And the steps for solving that would look something like wash the oranges and then maybe peel them, then blend the oranges, and then finally pour it into a glass, right? So, this is again a sequence of steps that is used to solve a different problem, that is, making orange juice out of the oranges. So, where we are going with this is that what's the definition of algorithms? So it's a sequence of steps which is used in solving the problem, right? And notice that you can't perform one step before the other. So you can't find the fruit aisle within the supermarket without even getting out of your home, right? So that is what we mean by sequence of steps. It has to be performed in that order. So hope that's clear. This is the basic introduction for algorithms. Now moving on to data structures. So before getting into the details of data structures, I'd like you to notice that there is a lot of data involved in this problem that we saw today, right? So the first data that you can notice is within the problem statement itself, that is, we are looking for oranges. If you're looking for a different kind of thing, maybe a different type of vegetable, then our algorithm steps would likely differ, right? So in the second step, instead of spotting at the fruits aisle, we would be looking at the veggies aisle. And imagine that the supermarket decided to not store the products in different aisles. Instead, they had stored it in a random order, right? So imagine if fruits, vegetables, dairy products, everything were put together into a single pile. Then our second step in the process wouldn't be an easy step of walking up to the fruit aisle, right? Instead, you would need to scan the entire supermarket and look for the fruit, that is oranges, which would take a lot more time. than this single step of getting into the fruit aisle directly. So that's the main importance of data structures. Whereas organizing the data in a useful format so that your algorithm can run efficiently. To give even more specific example, so if you look at the oranges, right? In general, your supermarkets will store your food items in a stacked fashion. That is, the items will be arranged one below the other, right? And in case of oranges, it'll be stacked one below the other. And most probably, this would be based on your expiry date. So, this is mainly to reduce your food wastage. And also, it helps you to pick only the first item as the other items are put behind them and you will not be able to access them directly. Right? So, this is one sort of arrangement which helps in reducing the food waste and it's mainly based on a data and it follows a structure, right? And also, if you notice the queue at the cash register, you will see that there is again a structure being followed here. Instead, if people don't queue up and if anyone can go and make the payment at random, then it'll be a whole chaotic situation here, right? So, this is again another example of structuring the data in a certain format so that it makes our lives easier. So, with this, we can define data structures as organizing the data in a useful format which helps in solving the problems in a most efficient way, right? Hope this all makes sense. The easy way to learn data structures and algorithms is by looking at the various problems that you face in the real world and then see how you solve it by using a sequence of steps, right? And then also notice the various data that you come across in your day to day life and how they are structured in a certain way, which helps in solving the problems. So, hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. See you soon in the next video. Thank you.